Good morning, class. Welcome back to another class of your economics. And till now, we have completed the two chapters of economics. One was the relationship or the differentiation, interrelationship. So many things we learned under micro and macroeconomics. And then we completed the theory of demand, the whole chapter. And I gave you this questions to solve. I hope you have done in your notebook. So when you come back we can check, because there is no other way. I cannot give you the answers for it. And but still, if you want, whatever notes I have given you, whatever the videos I have shared with you, on those videos already their answer exists. Okay, so I hope you have done it in your notebook. You can use the old stationery, no problem. But if you are making it for economics, make sure make it only for the economics. And if you are making it for accounts, make sure you are making it for accounts only. Don't try to jumble up all the works and make yourself confused. Okay, let us begin with another chapter, that is chapter number 3, which says consumers equilibrium or cardinal utility analysis. Okay, always the writer, they have their own ways of introducing the theory. Okay, by the way, the main topic is consumers equilibrium. Now, consumers equilibrium, first of all, I'll just explain to you what is consumers equilibrium. But consumer equilibrium can be defined by two ways. One is cardinal, another one is ordinal. Okay, one is cardinal utility analysis, another one is ordinal utility analysis. This writer of your book has divided this cardinal into one chapter, and again chapter number 4 you will learn about consumers equilibrium, ordinal utility analysis. So very nicely he has divided the cardinal and ordinal consumers equilibrium into two chapters, but they are somewhere related with it. So now let us understand first of all what is consumers equilibrium. For those who does not understand the meaning of equilibrium, by the way, every one of us, we understand who is a consumer. Consumer are we who consumes the things from the market, right? And equilibrium is a we can say it is a balance. Okay, a state where both the things are neutralized or balanced situation. Now, what is this consumers equilibrium theory is talking about? This consumers equilibrium is talking about the consumer's behavior. Now, we all know how does a consumer tries to behave. Consumer has a limited income, and every consumer, under this topic, every consumer wants to satisfy himself to the best of his willingness on the basis of his limited amount of income. That means whatever limited amount of income he's spending, he wants to achieve the maximum satisfaction out of it. Mark my word, what is consumer's equilibrium? Consumer equilibrium is when the consumer has limited amount of income. In that limited amount of income spent into the market, he desires to get a maximum level of satisfaction out of it. And utility also means satisfaction. When we say cardinal utility analysis, it means satisfaction. And what is cardinal? We are going to learn again. Okay, purposely I am showing this meaning of consumers equilibrium. If you want to read it, you can pause the video and read it. Okay, so let me go to the cardinal utility. First of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of utility, because from the point of view of examination, utility, meaning of utility itself is a 2 marks question. They can ask you what do you understand by utility. Okay, so I'm directly pointing it upon the definition of utility. It says utility is a want satisfying power of a commodity. Utility is a want satisfying power of a commodity. Okay, or you can see here also, utility is a power of goods or services to satisfy a human want. But I think this is a very good definition. You want, you can learn it. You have to learn it, by the way, because without this definition you won't be able to understand the theory. As well as if examination they ask what is the sense of utility, you should know it is a want satisfying power of a commodity. Now, prior to we make use of utility and explain the topic, we need to know what are the assumptions. Okay, These we call it as assumptions while studying. Remember, in 11th standard, none of the topics in economics had assumptions or such theories as we have done it in demand. Therefore, you won't be understanding what is the meaning of assumptions. In economics, if it is graphical, if our author is trying to teach you a situation, he also assumes some of the things. Such assumptions may be subjective, may be objective, or may be beyond our understanding. But since that author has written the theory, he wants the reader to assume those things first, so that reader will not put up any questions related to those assumptions which he has tried to assume. Okay, even though you might say, madam, how can we assume such things, what he is assuming? Therefore, many a times his assumptions are cancelled by the criticizers. We call them critics. Many of the writer, they write a theory, and many of the critics, they criticize the theory on related to the assumptions or with the theory, whatever they have mentioned. Okay, so hope you are understanding the relationship between the writers and the critics. Critics are also economists, big economic writers also sometimes, but they try to criticize. Okay, fine. So instead of criticizing, let us see the assumptions, whatever assumptions author has tried to help us out. Okay, first assumption is utility depends upon its intensity of want. For an example, it says if a consumer is more thirsty, now very good example they have given, more thirst, you will feel more utility. Okay, desire to have it and get a glass of water. The person who is thirsty will really understand the meaning of water. The person who does not feel thirsty at that moment will really not understand the meaning of requirement of water. That is what they are trying to say. Okay, depends upon the intensity of want. That means how much desirous you are in order to get that commodity. Okay, then it says even utility can fall to zero. Why? If you have drank already enough of water, you will not have any quench of getting more desire of water. Okay, so therefore your utility that time can be zero also. Second, utility is subjective. That is, it cannot be quantified. Quantified means we cannot say that after drinking one glass of water I have got 20% of satisfaction or 80% of satisfaction or I have got 1000 satisfaction. There is no way of quantities. You might say I have got this much of satisfaction. In other words, simple words, we can say we cannot tell it in figures. Okay, we cannot tell it in figures. You can experience utility only, more or less, but you can only experience it with you can only experience the utility from consuming the commodity, but cannot express it in definite numbers. You cannot. You can express these only in imaginary numbers. That's what we are going to learn. The author has imagined some of the figures. That's what we are going to learn it in the schedule. Okay, so I hope you have understood it. These assumptions you have to learn it by heart. The first assumption says that it depends upon the intensity of want. More thirsty, more utility you have. No thirst, no utility you have. That means utility can be zero also. Second, you have learned utility is subjective. That means it cannot be defined in numbers. Then it says utility has nothing to do with social or ethical implication. That means if you are a smoker, you will get satisfaction after taking one more cigarette. But you know it very well, cigarette is injurious to health. So socially or ethically, taking or consuming cigarette is wrong. Same with the alcohol. Okay, so utility has nothing to do with ethic. Okay, even poison also possess utility for one who needs it. Okay, that's what direct statement they have given. See, those who are desirous to die, for them poison also has a utility. Okay, fine. Then next is utility is relative, which means it changes from man to man, place to place, time to time. People, when we came to Hapur, they used to say Hapur hardly had rain. So we were very ignorant about umbrellas. But if you go to Bengal side or maybe eastern side, lot of rain. People even does not travel out without an umbrella. So place to place, utility of umbrella. Okay, talk about cold drinks. Places where there is hot climate or humid climate requires more of cold drinks, whereas places where there is less of humidity or maybe the climate is okay, there is less requirement of consumption of cold drinks. So therefore it says the utility is relative, changeable from man to man, how much they can resist, even place to place, even time to time also. And the last one is utility is non-measurable. I think this point is very clearly mentioned here, that utility is not measurable. It cannot be measured in terms of kgs, liters, numbers, or whatever you may think. Okay, so these are the assumptions of utility. Okay, these are the assumptions of utility, or you can say the most important characteristics of utility. This is the author's way of explaining. But while explaining in the examination, they might ask you what do you understand by utility, or they might ask you what are the assumptions or what are the characteristics of utility, or they might ask you define utility, or maybe the other one, marginal utility, and explain the importance of utility. So please make sure you, while writing your notes, you write the definition and then the characteristics oblique assumptions of your utility. Then let us talk about the utility. Utility is defined by two terms, marginal utility and the total utility. Okay, marginal and total. I think we need to explain first total, then come back to your marginal, because marginal cannot be explained until you have learned about the total. The total utility, I have marked it with the star so that you will understand this is a definition. Okay, for total utility, total utility is the sum of utility derived from the total number of unit of commodity consumed. Okay, total utility is the sum of utility derived from the total number of unit of commodity consumed. Fine, this is a definition of your total utility. In examination, if they ask you what is the difference, they might ask you what is the difference between total utility and marginal utility. There also you can give a definition. Okay, they can ask you what is total utility, then also this definition is implemented. Okay, or they might ask you explain total utility, marginal utility along with the schedule. So again definitions and then with the schedule, or they might ask you with a diagram also, which I am going to share it right now. First let us understand the schedule. They have given one schedule. The pic of the schedule I'll be sending you. Okay, I'll send both the pictures so that you can study. Page number I think 3.2 and 3.3 I'll try to send. I have covered it with this one. I'll try to send the pic of both the pages so that you will exactly know what this author is trying to say. Okay, and till then I'll explain to you in one more example, or let us see first this example, then I'll come back to another example too. As you see, unit of commodity means you're consuming the commodity. Don't forget, when you consume the commodity, the commodity should be numbered. When you're taking the first one, when you're taking the second one. Okay, let us assume this commodity to be as mangoes. You have consumed first mango. When you consume the first mango, now summers are coming, I have not even eaten the first mango. Okay, I'm just waiting. Whole year we keep on waiting for the mangoes, right? And I really relish it. So I'm waiting for the moment when I'll taste the first mango. And of course, after eating the after eating after such a long period of time, surely the satisfaction which I'll get will be the maximum of it. Okay, so the author has tried to just analyze, let us say the first consumption, the satisfaction, total utility which you have got it 20 after relishing it. Okay, when I take the second one, or maybe the second mango, after consuming the first one, you have already consumed the first one. Now when you take second one, you again like it more. Now your utility is 32. Okay, don't forget this eating is between the same interval. Okay, maybe the interval is for 10 minutes, maybe the whole afternoon you are having it. Okay, that interval needs to be similar. In between one and second, then third, then fourth, then fifth, their intervals are equal. Okay, there are certain more things you have to keep in mind while consuming the utility or any mangoes or apple, whatever you are assuming. The quantity one after the other, when you are consuming, the difference between the quantity should be same. Second thing is, the material which you are consuming also needs to be same. That means you cannot have langda first and maybe desi second and the third one another one. Okay, my level of utility obviously will change if my quality of mangoes will change. For me, I like Deshari and langda only. Other than that, I don't like any other one. So surely my utility will fall down. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. If you are consuming one quality of goods, the same quality of goods should be consumed one after the other. Okay, the first one I got a satisfaction of 20. Second mango I got a satisfaction of 32. Third mango, when I ate after maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then I got a satisfaction of 38. 32, 38. When I ate the fourth one, now after eating so many mangoes, I don't think I have a stomach to eat for fourth one. But if somebody forces, or maybe I myself force myself, okay, I ate, but my satisfaction this time is not more, because I am already filled by eating three. Okay, still if somebody feeds more, can you see the total utility tries to fall? It rises first, can you see 22, 32, 38, it rises first, comes to a constant level, that is 38, 38, and then diminishes or fall. Did you see it? 20, 32, 38, it rising till here to here, it is rising. Okay, then this is a constant level 38, 38, and this 38 to 36 is a diminishing level, decreasing level. Okay, whatever you might say, diminishing, decreasing, falling, whatever you say, that is total utility. So if you see, they have made both your author has made both the diagram together, but let me not confuse you. This diagram, just avoid it and just try to see from 20 it is starting. Can you see this point of 20? From 20 it is starting. So this diagram, you assume it, this is total utility. It is rising from 20 to 32, then 32 to 38, 38 to again 38. Can you see this is constant level? From here till here it is constant. From here till here it was increasing, then constant, and then from here till here it is decreasing or diminishing. That is the three levels which we receive when we take or consume any commodity. What about marginal utility? Marginal utility is an additional utility which you get after taking one more. See, let me explain to you. By taking one, you got only 20. By taking 2, you got 32. But 32 also involves the satisfaction of first one. That means 32 you got when you have taken the first one. Already taken the first one. So in order to get what I get after taking only the second one, you have to subtract 20 out of it. Hope you are getting my point very clear. What level of satisfaction you have got only by taking the second number of mango. You can only get it when you subtract the first one, because this was the total utility after taking the first one also. So 20 is subtracted. Similarly, third, if you want to know what is the third, after consuming the third number of mango, what is the satisfaction I got it? Only third. Then you have to subtract the above one. Okay. So what is the formula for marginal utility? Marginal utility says it is equals to total utility n. If you are taking this to be as n, total utility n, let us say this is n. So you have to subtract from it total utility n minus 1. Right? That means n, if you are taking one n as total utility n, total utility n, you are assuming this one. Isme say the first one, not first one number before you have to subtract. This is one number before one you have to subtract. So this is the previous one. That means if from this if you subtract this, or from this if you subtract this, from this if you subtract this, or from this you subtract this, your answer will come. right? So your marginal utility keeps on falling. That means the maximum satisfaction, you have only derived it from the first one. Can you see the second one you have only 12, third one you have only 6, fourth one no constant, no increment, and then your marginal utility decreases, diminishes, or it is negative. Now comes the marginal utility diagram. Can you see from 20 only it is starting, from 20 it is starting, continuously is false. Second is 12th, then after 12 6, then 6 to 0, 0 is this line, okay, and then from 0 to -2. Okay, hope you got it. So what is the relationship between both of them? The relationship is, can you see it here? The relationship is total utility increases with the subsequent consumption of commodity as long as marginal utility is more than 0. In simple words, when marginal utility is more than 0, the total utility is increasing. Okay, but when marginal utility is 0, total utility is constant. And when marginal utility is diminishing, can you see it here? The total utility is also decreasing. That is the relationship. Need not to do it with any other explanation, but the three statements what I have said, I would like to show you in some other book also what they have mentioned as a relationship. Okay, can you see total utility increases as long as marginal utility is positive? Total utility is maximum when marginal utility is 0. Total utility decreases when marginal utility becomes negative. This is all about your relationship between total utility and marginal utility. Next we have another topic, but time is up. If not, my video will not be uploaded. Thank you very much. We will join in the next class to explain about further explanation. Till here, please learn it. Make sure you draw the diagram. I'll be sending you some pic. This book also has another explanation. You can read it if you want. I'll send the pictures. Okay. Have a good day. May God bless you.